My name is Kamil Tamiola. I'm a commercial outdoor photographer. I'm based in Aosta Valley in Italy. We are today on Photokina show where I'm going to be presenting for Phase 1, medium format camera manufacturer, also G technology and low pro. I'm going to be talking about my latest projects related to new exciting product releases for Phase 1.
My name is Kamil Tamiola. Welcome to my office.
So in the files which I get from, for example, 50 megapixel latest back from Phase 1 called IQ250 are around 40 to 50 megabytes as a compressed WAV files, and when you uncompress them and start working with a single layer in Adobe Photoshop, for example, you can easily go up to 300 megabytes per layer. Add to it few adjustment layers and you can easily end up with 1 gigabyte per file. So usually per session I would end up with something around 600, 700 files, which would eventually add up to easily 4 to 5 gigabytes per session. And considering the fact that sometimes I'm shooting 7 days in a row, you can do the math yourself. Storing these files, cataloging them, and then afterwards processing, developing versions requires vast amount of storage, indeed. So I completely put my trust into G technology products, so this is why I'm also here. In the field, I'm usually using the bus-powered storage, so all the type of storage solutions which can be powered via USB port or Thunderbolt, and my favorite drives are actually the small G Drive Thunderbolt mobile drives. And these are the ones which I actually carry with me and together with my little MacBook Air. So for example, when I'm on the outdoor shooting in the mountains, I leave this gear in the refuge or a small base camp in a tent in a sealed container, and then actually when we come back we immediately offload the files into this storage and still keep one copy on a solid state drive in my laptop. Whereas in my studio I only trust storage solutions which come with a data parity functionality, so with the RAID system, and this must be at least RAID 5. The heads actually of the drives, it's also tighter sealing, and this is something especially important for outdoor photography, especially in the mountains. And why? Because in the mountains very often in order to get the target location you go from one range of physical conditions to the other relatively rapidly. For example, if you take a cable car in the Alps, you can easily do 2,500 meters over 10 minutes, which means you face a vast pressure change, temperature change, and humidity change. And cameras are usually sealed, whereas with the hard drives, you never know. So this is why working with the highest possible level of hard drives is so important. And the build tolerance, all of these factors really come into play if you want to store this data securely. The most important point for me as a media maker and also scientist is that actually G Technology is the most innovative brand among the storage brands. If you look what they have developed, which products they brought into the market, how are they performing. And G Technology is actually practically the only brand that is really thinking into putting corporate level, really quality drive inside. And also the final thing is that I also like the design of the drives itself. It's very functional, it's minimalistic, and I have to say that also part of my own marketing plan is sometimes giving away the drive, G Technology drive, to my client. And it really works as a high quality business card. If my client sees not only the fact I'm able to deliver quality media materials, but also the presentation and the way I deliver them physically is quality. I know it's a small thing, but it does work. It does really work, and as I said, you know it perfectly that photography is enormously competitive business. You really always try to be one step ahead.